Good morning, students. In this session, I am going to teach you about dynamics of particles in engineering mechanics. Okay, so mechanics consists of study of statics and dynamics. Statics means study of body at rest. Dynamic means study of moving bodies. So now, in this session, we are going to study about that dynamics, moving bodies, characteristics and behaviors, and we are going to study about the bodies which are moving. Okay, so in this lesson we have 6 chapters. Okay, 6 categories. We are dividing the study of dynamics into 6 and we are going to study one by one. What are those things? Means kinematics and kinetics. So because dynamics is classified into two, isn't it? Kinematics and kinetics. So in kinematics we have 3 topics: rectilinear motion, curvilinear motion, and 2 topics. And Newton's law of motions. These are comes under kinetics of motion. Work energy method, impulse momentum, and impact of elastic bodies. We will study one by one. So before that, let us understand what is kinematics and what is kinetics. Okay, kinematics is a branch of dynamics. That means study of moving bodies, isn't it? Study of moving bodies. So kinematics and kinetics both are the study of moving bodies. What is the difference? Means in kinematics we are not considering, without considering, study of moving bodies without considering the forces which cause the motion. Without considering the forces. So moment means force is there. Due to the application of force, the object is moving. So without considering the value of the force which causes the motion, we can able to study the behavior of objects. Such types of study is known as kinematics. So in kinetics means with considering. So with considering the external forces which causes the motion. So we calculate the magnitude of the external force. With that magnitude, we will find the characteristics of the moving bodies. So this is kinetics. Then types of plane motion. We have 2 types of plane motions. Plane means 2 dimension. This is not considering 3 dimension. Only we are studying about the variations in 2 dimension, x and y direction. If the path traveled by the particle is in a line, is lying on a plane, means it is plane motion, isn't it? Here we are going to study about 2 types: rectilinear motion and curvilinear motions. Linear, moving about a straight line. That's all. Rectilinear means moving about a straight line. The motion of a particle along a straight line is known as rectilinear motion. So see this train which is moving in a straight track, isn't it? So it's a rectilinear motion. Car moving on a straight road, a stone falling vertically downward. These are all the examples of rectilinear motions. The motion happening in a straight line, happening along a straight line is known as rectilinear motion. Then curvilinear motion. Curvilinear means movement, the motion path will be in a curve, isn't it? The motion of a particle along a curved path. See this example. A boy is hitting a baseball. So this ball will move in a curved path and hit the ground. So the path traced by the particle, moving particle, is a curve. Such type of study is known as curvilinear motion. The motion of a particle along a curved path is known as curvilinear motion. Then characteristics of kinematics. First we are going to study about kinematics. Okay, without considering the forces we are studying. So here what are the characteristics? So we need to study the behavior of the object, how the object behaves. So in that behavior we divided the behavior of objects into certain characteristics. Okay, so what are all the characteristics we are going to deal with are displacement, speed, velocity, acceleration, average velocity, average speed, and instantaneous velocity. These are all the dynamic behavior of objects. So what we will study one by one. What is that? First is displacement. So one of the behavior of moving body, moving object. Displacement of a moving particle is the change in its position during which the particle remain in motion. Change in its position. That means distance moved by the particle when it is in movement. Okay, distance moved by the particle when it is moving. So see this example. So I am riding a bicycle. If I am moving from A to B means 4 meter. The distance traveled. Okay, the displacement is 4 meter. If I am moving from B to C means the displacement is 3 meter along this line. Okay, if I am moving from A to C, the distance traveled is 5 meter. Okay, this is, so this distance moving by the moving particle is known as displacement. It is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity because the direction also very important. Okay, along the direction. So here the particle A to B I am moving in this direction means, so I take this 4 meter as the distance. So the displacement is 4 meter. Okay, and the direction is this direction. If we change the direction means we cannot go to the point B. So direction is also very important while describing the displacement between 2 points. That's all. So displacement means the distance between the 2 points when it is moving. So A to B, this direction, moving at this direction, this is displacement. So see this, the next example. So displacement, if I am moving from here to here, okay, but from the starting point to end point, the displacement vector shows like that, the distance also. But we traveled a long distance, but the displacement from first point to the last point is this distance only. So displacement vector. So this is a vector quantity, starting point to end point. Displacement, distance moved by the particle when it is in movement is known as displacement. It is a vector quantity. Then velocity. Velocity, when this is also very important characteristics. It is a rate of change of displacement. Change of displacement, rate of change, that means per second. So okay, so see the formula, velocity is equal to distance traveled in a particular direction divided by time taken. This is also a vector quantity. Distance traveled by time taken. So the unit is meter per second. That means per second how much distance it is moving. Okay, per second, the distance moved per second is known as the velocity. Okay, so here the velocity, see this example, the car is moving on a straight road. So the velocity is 25 meter per second. Okay, 25 meter per second. That means it will cover 25 meter per second. Per second it is moving 25 meter. In the next second it will move another 25 meter. So the following seconds. So for every seconds, every 1 second it is moving 25 meters. So the displacement by time. So per second how much of displacement it is having, how much of distance it is moving, it is known as the velocity, which is rate of change of displacement. So displacement is a vector quantity. So here towards the right side means I take this plus. So if it is towards left side means it is minus 25. Okay, displacement is a vector quantity. So moving towards right and moving towards left are not same, just reverse. Okay, here one more quantity is there. We are going to study about the speed. So speed is also similar to velocity, but it is not a vector quantity. It is not a vector quantity. Average distance traveled by time taken. So here when I am displacement is this only, but I am moving through this dotted line. Okay, distance moved. So we will find the total distance from A to B, which I am traveling distance from this, and divide by total time taken. We will get an average speed. Okay, speed. So this is a scalar quantity. So see here, speed is magnitude only. We are considering about the magnitude only. Average speed, average velocity. So it is speed. It is a distance traveled by the particle along its path per unit time. It is a scalar quantity. Then we are going to study about another important characteristics, which is acceleration. So acceleration, it is the rate of change of velocity. Okay, it is the rate of change of velocity change. So how the velocity change? So now only we studied velocity, displacement by time. So here, see this example, we will understand this concept. See this example. So here a car is there, no? Car is there at a time t is equal to 0. Okay, at a time t equal to 0. Okay, that means initial time. So after it is moving, start moving at the time of, okay, first 1 second it is moving 1 meter. In the next 1 second it is moving another 1 meter, and the following 1 second it will move another 1 meter. So okay, for every 1 second it is moving 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter, like that. So here velocity is constant, velocity is not changing, because 1 meter per second, here also 1 meter per second, 1 meter per second. So the car is moving in a constant velocity of 1 meter per second. That means for every 1 second it is moving only 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter, like that. So here acceleration is 0. There is no change in the velocity of the car. Okay, see this example here. Assume that at the point t equal to 0, it is here. Then at first second, okay, at first 1 second it is moving 1 meter. In the next second it is moving 2 meter. In the next second, third second, interval of 2 seconds, second to third, it is moving 3 meter. So here we calculate the velocity means, okay, 3 meter per second, here 2 meter per second, 1 meter per second. Velocity is changing. Okay, so I am giving an acceleration. We are pressing the accelerator pedal, so that the car, the distance moved for every second is increasing. Velocity goes on increasing. So here calculating the acceleration means final velocity by initial velocity, change of velocity, okay, by time taken, which is 0.5 meter in the first. The second time it is 0.33 meter per second. So acceleration means display velocity change by time. Okay, velocity change. Velocity is not constant, velocity is increasing. So acceleration may be constant, or it may also vary. Varying acceleration problems also there, constant acceleration problem also there. So now we understand what is acceleration. Acceleration means change of velocity by time. Okay, change of velocity. Velocity change with respect to the second is known as acceleration, change of velocity by time taken. The next characteristics, average velocity. So this is total displacement, okay, divided by the time taken. It's known as average velocity. Then average speed. Here also distance travel divided by total time taken. We will get the average. It's a scalar quantity we are measuring. Then instantaneous velocity at the time how much the velocity is there for a particular second, how much the velocity is there, which is instantaneous velocity. So mathematical expressions, okay, mathematical expressions for velocity and acceleration. So here velocity means displacement by time. So the symbol S is distance traveled. Displacement, the symbol we are using is S, time is time T. Then velocity means displacement by time, ds, differential of s by dt, differential of change of differential of displacement by time, rate of change of displacement is velocity. Then acceleration means dv by dt, differential of velocity with respect to time. So already dv means ds by dt we will use, then we will get d square s by dt square, second differential of displacement. So this is the mathematical formula to calculate the velocity and acceleration. Velocity is ds by dt, acceleration is dv by dt, or otherwise we can use d square s by dt square. Okay, types of rectilinear motion we are having uniform acceleration and variable acceleration problems. We will study if the acceleration is constant means it is uniform acceleration. Acceleration also vary means variable acceleration. We will study with uniform acceleration motion. Okay, we will study first. We will study about uniform acceleration motion. Here equation of a straight line. Equation of motion in a straight line, movement of a body in a straight line. So we will study three equations. We will derive three equations which are known as equation of motion in a straight line. We can use that relations for calculating the unknown parameters very easily. So here in this derivation, what are the terms, symbols we are going to use means u as initial velocity. Okay, initial velocity when a particle is moving from one point to another, one time. Okay, it is moving. So the initial velocity at the beginning, what is the velocity means u we will take. Final velocity at the end of the moment, the starting when the end of the moment, at the end at the velocity is final velocity. S is the distance traveled. Okay, distance traveled by the particle during the observation. And t is time taken by the particle at the time interval. Then a means small a is acceleration. So these are all the symbols we are going to use for derivation. So here change of velocity, we know that, okay, change of velocity means final velocity minus initial velocity. So we already know the formula for acceleration as change of velocity by time taken. So final velocity minus initial velocity by time taken. We rearrange this equation. We will get v is equal to u plus at. So this is the first equation of motion in a straight line. So here v is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity, a acceleration, t is the time taken. In the second, we will use average velocity formula. Average velocity means average of the velocity, initial velocity plus final velocity by 2, average of the velocity. So here distance mode. So we will study, right? Distance mode will be average velocity into time taken, isn't it? Velocity. Okay, velocity is equal to displacement by time. Displacement is equal to velocity into time, isn't it? Displacement is equal to velocity into time. So here average velocity of the particle into the time taken. So we substitute the first equation of motion in this, we will get, rearrange it, we will get this formula, s is equal to ut plus half at square. So this equation we can use for calculating displacement. So here s means displacement, u initial velocity, t final velocity, t is the time taken, a acceleration. Okay, then we use another S is equal to ut plus half at square. Here we substitute the first equation of motion. Okay, t is equal to v minus, okay, v is equal to u plus at. So here, from here we find t is equal to v minus u by u. Here you substitute this, then rearranging we will get another equation which is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So v is the final velocity, u initial velocity, a acceleration, and s displacement. So we got three equations. Okay, these three equations are known as equation of motion in a straight line. Okay, these three equations we will use while solving the unknown parameters